Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. Let's go check out the garden. I'll meet you out by the garden. Okay, this is just kind of an overview of the garden right here. I'll go up and down each row and show you. Standing back here, there's a propane tank that I use to heat my house with. That's where I'm at right now. I'll turn around here and you can see the big old tank. It's a 1,000-gallon tank. Usually use a little bit more than that each year, so I have to fill it up twice each year pretty much. Right along the tank there is what they call garlic chives. I planted that years ago. I thought I'd like it because I like garlic, but I don't like it. But it spreads and keeps a nice border right there, so I just leave it right there, and it looks pretty good. And if anybody ever wants any garlic chives that I know, they can have some. But I personally don't like it, and that's kind of weird because I love garlic. But right here I got potatoes, all different kinds, growing, and it won't be long and we'll be harvesting some potatoes. There's also some spots in the garden where some dill came up that I planted last year and years before, and then every year it goes to seed and some comes back. There's one here. I'll show you some more as we go down. This is a big sunflower that a bird dropped the seed and came up from last year, but I do have some more that I planted. This is some peas, and I got some harvesting to do like today or tomorrow, so I'm going to start harvesting them. Got a little wire fence in there to kind of hold them up a little bit. This is what I use to water my garden. In July it was super dry. Not July, June I mean. And I was using that a lot. I was up late at night watering. There's a weed right there. Got hid from me. Look at that. Didn't even see this one. It's amazing what you can see when you're behind the camera. But anyways, this part of the garden is what they call a back to Eden garden. It's got wood chips on it. Usually put a new fresh layer of wood chips on each year. This year I didn't put any on because the last few years I kind of overdid it, and it was getting too deep. When I wanted to plant, I had to dig big trenches, and it was just getting too deep. The plants were way down in a tunnel and a trough, and I didn't like that, so I'm letting it kind of rot down a little bit. Next year we'll put another new layer of wood chips on. That's why I had to do some hoeing today to get some of the weeds out. Normally when I got new fresh wood chips on every year, there's like hardly any hoeing or any weeds to pull, but this year I had a little bit more because I didn't put wood chips on, and now I'm paying the price, but not too bad. Here's some tomatoes. I got all different kinds of tomatoes, and they're just starting to get some little tomatoes on them. I don't know if you'll be able to see them here. There's some little ones. These are like cherry tomatoes, those are. There's another dill plant in here. I don't know if you can see it right there. And then there's a little tomato back in there. These are Romas. I'm not really a big tomato fan. I never have been. I started eating them a few years ago. I never liked them on sandwiches. Now I eat them a little bit. But I do like to make like spaghetti sauce and stuff like that out of them. These tomatoes are bigger ones. I can't remember what they're called. Something like Big Boy. They're great big tomatoes. I don't think they got any on them yet, but they're coming. And they turn around here. They got 3 different types of peppers. These are like red bell. Got a couple jalapeno peppers here, and you can see they got some peppers coming in down here, and there's another dill plant that came up on its own here, right here. And these peppers are getting almost ready to harvest. There's another dill plant here. I just left them. Here's some more peppers. I can't remember what those are called, these yellow ones. Might be yellow banana peppers. I can't remember what they're called. Here I got some beets, which I'd say in about another week to 2 weeks I'll be canning some beets. And as you can see, there's some more dill growing in there all over. Right in here. All through here there's some dill. They're coming along pretty good. And then got some green beans in here growing up on a cattle fence, which I put in a few years ago, and I move them so I'm not growing the same crops in the same spot in the garden each year. I move them. But cattle fences are great for climbing trellises for cucumbers and beans and stuff like that. And as you can see, they're almost outgrowing my my fence. They're way up to here. So what I'm thinking of doing, possibly, I think I have some PVC pipe or something, and I think if it'll fit right over here, I might be able to put another 3-foot extension here. And I don't want to go too tall, higher than I can reach, but maybe another 3 feet on top of that, and on each one of these posts, and then drill some holes through that PVC and run some maybe like clothesline or something like that back and forth. Give them some more room to climb. But yeah, they're doing pretty darn good, the beans are. I think they're, if I remember right, they're Kentucky Wonder beans, if I remember right. I may be wrong on that, but I think that's what they're called. And got some cucumbers coming here. They'll be climbing up this fence pretty soon. Got a tomato here that seeded itself from last year. From a tomato must have fell off, and one of the seeds started growing, so I just left it. I got a few empty spots down here. I'm gonna plant some more cucumbers here, so I got some later ones. There's another cucumber plant right there. There's another one right up against that post there. But the cucumber plants didn't come up too well this year. I don't know what the problem was with them. Here's another sunflower seed that a bird dropped from last year, and it just came up, so I just left it. Same with these over here, these sunflower seeds. They just came up on their own, so I just left them. These 2 rows here are sweet corn. I think they're about a week apart, so I don't have them all getting ripe at the same time. It's a bicolored corn. I can't remember what kind it is, but it's from seed that I saved from last year. I let a few ears go to seed, and I saved it, replanted it. I've been saving a lot of seeds. They had some radishes this year. They didn't do very well. I got just a few radishes, but we got such hot weather. Radishes don't like that, and I think they call it bolting. They kind of go to seed instead of putting their energy into the radish. So I didn't get no radishes, but I let them go to seed, and I saved the seed. So I got a bunch of radish seeds coming. They're drying. The pods are drying out now, and when they get all dry, I can break them out and get the seeds out of them. So these are Jerusalem artichokes, which I've showed you before. They like to spread and come out of there, and they're really hard to control. But they're kind of an emergency food. You can eat them kind of like a potato, but I gotta thin them way out. I haven't dug these up last year, and that's why they're all so thick, and they can hardly get enough water. They're kind of like my spider plant was, root bound. They're fighting for water, and when we had that dry weather in June, they were kind of turning brown. They don't look too bad right now, but they're way too thick. There should only be just a few plants in there, maybe 10-15 plants at the most, and they're packed in there, so I got to get them all out of there and thin them out. This area here I never usually plant as a garden, but because of high food prices this year, I dug up a little extra spot here and planted some more. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 hills of watermelons. These are watermelons right here. There's another one here, here. Here's another one. Here, here, and here, and here. 4 of them are the crimson, I think they call them. They're real big watermelons. And 4 of them are sugar baby, I think they call them, which are little tiny watermelons. I've had sugar baby ones before. Quite a few years ago when I worked at a chocolate factory, I used to take them to work, and oh boy, they're good. So I hope I get a lot of watermelons this year. I like watermelon. And when I planted my tomatoes over there, I had a couple extra ones. So I planted them over here, and one of them grew, the other ones didn't grow. I was kind of rough on them. They sat in my porch and didn't get no light, but this one came out of it. It's another tomato plant. Got a few flowers over here. I can't even remember what they're called. I planted from seed. Not too many. I only got like 3 of them. And then I got some zucchini. And this is the best one. These are coming. Got 5 hills of zucchini. I'm gonna have zucchini coming out of my you-know-what. Everybody tries to give it to everybody this when zucchini season because they get too much of it. But that's probably a good thing this year. People will be looking for it. This here, a lot of people think might be sweet corn, but it's not. It's popcorn. I grabbed it right out of my kitchen cabinet. It's popcorn like you use in a hot air popper. Not like a microwave popcorn, but just popcorn out of a jar, popcorn seeds. And I planted it. Man, it grew like crazy. Doing very well. Here I got some Mammoth Sunflowers I planted. These I did plant. And they're really doing good. Coming along. The birds love them in the fall and winter time. I have to be so careful that I can save myself some seed. The birds get them so fast they try to steal them from me. And then I did plant some seeds that I got a little pod that when I was at the post office, it was blowing down the sidewalk off of a tree in town, and I can't even remember what kind of tree it is right offhand. But I planted them and they're growing. Here's one of them. I planted the other one in my yard already. And the only problem when you plant them from seeds is you don't know if you're going to get a good one or a bad one. Some of them, I guess, those type of trees can have thorns on them. So it's a chance you take, but it's fun to do. So anyways, and then of course, here's the farm field again. So just wanted to give you a quick look. I do have some butternut squash over by the barn. I'll show you them some other day. I only got like 4 or 5 hills of them. So we'll see how they turn out. My mom used to grow them. I've never grew them before. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next Wisconsin Greg Show. Bye now.